A new year, a new host, a new Bachelor, and a new season is on its way January 3rd, and we now have our first look at Clayton's upcoming season of The Bachelor. A season that will feature international travel again, a return to the OG Bachelor mansion, and of course, a lot of drama. So let's take a look and see what we can spot as we begin our initial sleuthing for Clayton's season. And as per usual, please no posting outright spoilers in the comment section below, unless of course it's backed up with sleuthing, and I'll leave a link to the full preview in the description. Oh, and if you're looking for a Week 8 preview breakdown for Michelle's season, we didn't get one. Next week is the Men Tell All, and it's on Monday, so they gave us this instead. But alright, let's get going.
The Bachelor returns.
This is so cool.
I'm just a Midwest guy from Missouri that just wants to find love.
Alright, pause. So immediately on display is the sheer amount of international travel we're going to see return to the franchise with Clayton's season. We'll come back to this shot in a second because earlier we got a clear view of the CN Tower, something I'd recognize well as I'm originally from Toronto. Now normally there's an extra layer of sleuthing during these travel seasons where you have to try and Google landmarks and pinpoint where in the world they could actually be. But with this shot right here, in 2 seconds flat, I could tell you the literal hotel that these women are staying at. So this is in Toronto, as you can spot the Prince's Gates right here in front of Exhibition Place. I went to the X in the summer all the time as a kid, so I recognize it well. I also used to be a tour guide in Toronto, so there's that. Now in Toronto, there's only one hotel that I can think of that looks over this particular view, and that's Hotel X in between Lakeshore Boulevard and the Exhibition Place. So it appears as though Hotel X in Toronto is going to be home base for the mid part of the season, a few episodes before Hometowns, as we can count 11 women here, give or take 1 or 2 that may be hidden, yelling out Clayton's name. Now the contestants yelling out a lead's name when they arrive at a new location has become a bit of a trope within the franchise, and we even saw it when Michelle's season got down to its final 11 as they arrived in Minneapolis. So we can pocket this shot right here to help us sleuth out some of the women who won't be getting eliminated as we go along in the season, and we can also mark down that any shots from Toronto are going to be pre-hometowns. Who knows how long they'll actually spend there, maybe 1 episode, maybe 2, but it'll definitely happen no earlier than the top 11 or 12. Now, apart from all that exciting Toronto footage, we get an early group date shot right here, where Clayton and some of the women will be on a Baywatch-themed date. I suspect that this could still be early on, due to the amount of women actually on this group date, and with it looking like they could still be in California. By the way, yes, the Bachelor Mansion will be returning as the starting location of the season. This is confirmed. We even got a photo leak of what could be the first night from the show's creator with Clayton and new host Jesse Palmer. If you didn't know, a few months back, Jesse Palmer, former Bachelor Jesse Palmer, was announced as the new permanent host for the show. But before we move on with the preview, let's double back to that last shot. Because here we can see more international travel, this time to Vienna. Now, how did I come to this conclusion? Well, first by noting the Café Konditorei sign right here. A konditorei is typically something you'd find in Europe in countries like Germany, Switzerland, and Austria. And after a few Google searches for Café Konditorei, you can come across an image for this specific one, the Café Konditorei Ada, located in the Old Town in Vienna. Now, what does this mean for this woman right here, who could be any of these many blonde women from Clayton's cast? Well, typically, Europe travel could happen at any time after the gang leaves the Bachelor Mansion in California, but with a Toronto trip slotted into the middle of the season, I doubt the cast will be going from LA all the way to Vienna and then all the way back to Toronto. So this could be as late as the final 2 or 3, but more likely it's as early as after Toronto, but before Hometowns. I guess we'll see, but for now, let's move on.
And I believe more than anything that my future wife is here. Wow, chills.
Alright, gonna pause here again as we have what looks like more one-on-one date footage to navigate through. Here we can once again confirm that we are in Vienna at some point in the season, as this is Schönbrunn Palace in Vienna. Due to our earlier sleuthing, this was easy to spot, as this palace is the #1 listed tourist attraction in Vienna on TripAdvisor. Now, a lot of these one-on-one shots are from a distance where the women are hard to see or we don't get a clear view. But here, in a very European-esque location, this looks like Teddy. So, we can add her to our list of people to watch out for if she's getting a one-on-one, likely around the pre-hometowns area. But let's now keep the preview going and move on into some drama.
You're fake, you're two-faced, I'm done.
I don't trust her as far as I can throw her.
Keep my name out of your mouth. Are you kidding?
Well, that went from 0 to 100 real quick. This right here looks to be Shanae causing a ruckus at the night portion of a group date. I say group date because, as you can see right here, we have a trophy sitting in the middle of the table. Maybe one person from the group date won this trophy, maybe this group of women right here are the winning team from a sports competition date, earning them extra time with Clayton. We see that kind of date every season. And on this group date, it looks like Shanae has a problem with, I believe, Genevieve right here, with Shanae saying, "Keep my name out of your mouth." Maybe Genevieve wins the trophy because here we can see Shanae throwing it away. Unless we get real hard one-on-one evidence to suggest that one or the other goes far, mark these two down as possible drama eliminations at some point in the season. They'll likely both be gone sometime before things get serious. Like with Will and Peter from Michelle's season. One went home before the other, but eventually they both left. But let's continue on.
Are you kidding?
That girl will do whatever it takes.
Well, it wouldn't be The Bachelor without a ton of crying. Some of which looks to be really bad, like here with Sarah, or here with Jill. But sometimes, crying isn't the result of a fight or a breakup. Like perhaps in this shot, with a woman on a one-on-one who we can't identify, where it looks more like Clayton is actually consoling her. But I will say the concrete stairs hallway cry looks pretty new. Anyways, let's finish off this preview and then go over a bit of bonus footage to close out the video.
She it up for everybody. I'm done. It's over.
I'm just so broken.
And there the preview ends, with Clayton saying she effed it up for everyone, and he's done. An empty threat in these previews, as it's one we've heard time and time again from the show. Now the context to this, at this point, is unknowable. Really, I'm just hoping he doesn't run out of his room and hop a giant fence. But hey, we now have some solid info to start the season off. A couple of villains, potentially in Shanae and Genevieve, a season that we know for sure starts at the Bachelor Mansion, goes to Toronto and then Vienna at some point, and a whole lot of tears, including some for Clayton. At least that's if they didn't pull a stunt like they did with Michelle and insert fake tears into the preview. Now, before we end this video, there is one more bit of bonus footage to look at, as an additional promo dropped on The Bachelor's Twitter page. Not a lot of juicy stuff here, apart from confirmation that we'll be back at the Bachelor Mansion to start the season. Sarah here gets a one-on-one, there's another devastating crying shot of Jill, and then there's this.
Question for you. Has anyone ever taken a rose back before?
Looks like someone's getting a rose, and then Clayton's going to snatch it back. This is going to be really good to know for our episode-to-episode sleuthing, as now, until we get to this point, getting a rose won't necessarily mean you're safe. But there you have it, our first look at Clayton's season and the first bit of groundwork done for our season sleuthing. You never know what shot could be the one that helps us piece together the season, so we'll mark these down and wait for more footage to come out. Thanks for watching the video, and if you enjoyed it, be sure to give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more content. Michelle's season continues this Monday with the Men Tell All, where we'll see Clayton, the Bachelor, address Michelle for the first time since being eliminated from the show. So until next video, Bachelor Fantake, out.
You're fake, you're two-faced, I'm done.
I don't trust her as far as I can throw her.
Keep my name out of your mouth.